All right, hey everybody, back with another news feed here for you. This one, Ford ends 2024 with a big recall for diesel trucks. This one's pretty huge. This is pretty significant here, especially the way they deal with it. Okay, that's the interesting part. It is true Ford fashion, but nearly 300,000 F-Series Super Duty and large commercial trucks have fuel pumps that could fail, but Ford isn't replacing them. And it goes on to say here that this is basically a problem with the 2020s through the 2022. It's affecting basically 300,000 F-250s, F-350s, as well as the larger 450, 550, and F-600, and even a couple 650, 700 commercial vehicles are included in this. The fuel pumps in these trucks may not take well to aged biofuels. Deposits could form on internal components and cause the pump to either perform poorly or fail outright. I wonder if this is the same CP4 issue or whatever that was. My 2019 Ram had that. It was in for recall in it. A couple years later, it was in for recall. I never actually got the recall done. They didn't even have the fuel pumps in for it in the year that I was on the waiting list, and I sold the truck. I'm sure the new owner of it took care of it. He knew about it. I even gave him the dealer that I was on a waiting list for and everything for the truck. But I wonder if it's the same issue with that CP4. I'm not quite sure. But it says right here, a chronologically report listed at NHTSA basically pointed out issues originating during the COVID pandemic. It says vehicles were parked for long periods of time, apparently leading to the formation of deposits with older fuel sitting in the tanks. It's a Bosch-supplied pump by numerous automakers. So like I said, it might be the same one that we're talking about that was in, that CP4 that's always been that problem. It says, but the automaker notes that there's 2,070 warranty reports, 500 field reports, and 58 customer service reports potentially related to the fuel pump problem. So this is involved. Ford is unaware of any accidents or injuries that could result from this, but as you know, if the fuel pump goes out, you're not pumping fuel, the vehicle stalls, you're at risk of an accident. So that's why NHTSA got involved. If it wasn't something that was going to risk the accident, I don't think they would have never got too involved. However, the fix is the kicker part. This is interesting. As for the curious fix that Ford's going to do, typical Ford fashion, Ford will not replace the fuel pumps on all affected vehicles. Instead, a software update will increase the pump's cooling and prevent formation of aged biofuel deposits. Dealers will be notified. Ford ended 2024 with 67 recalls, totaling 5 million vehicles, 13 more recalls compared to last year. Oh, geez, that's crazy. But that's the interesting part we're looking at. So if you got a diesel, 2020 to 2022 Ford diesel with the 6.7 in there, whatever it is in this, it's pretty much, I think it was, right here, 6.7 liter. Should have highlighted that, sorry. The 6.7, the fuel pump in them can be a problem. But the fact that Ford, their fix is a software update on it, goes back to also how Ford just did the Escape and the Bronco Sport. Remember how their fuel injectors were cracking, and instead of fixing them, they just put a hose on them to drain the fuel on the ground. This is typical Ford dodging bullets and trying to not deal with this stuff. I'd be pretty pissed if I had one of these and all they're going to do is change the software on it to make it run cooler if I'm having a problem. And I wonder, though, if you had a problem, even if you're outside of warranty, because this is a reported issue. Remember, we're going back 5-year-old vehicles, 2020 to 2022. If this is a problem and the cooling, the software change doesn't fix it, are they going to warranty it then? Is Ford going to replace your fuel pump for it then? Do you have any idea how expensive it is to replace a fuel pump on a diesel? Okay, this is not a simple, easy-to-do thing like it is on a gas engine. Okay, a fuel pump on these things is astronomically expensive. Thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars. Astronomically expensive. So they're not going to replace them all, but are they going to replace the ones that do have problems? I don't know. I don't know where this goes or what's happening with this. Like I said, it's pretty sad that, again, the ducking and dodging and weaving that they do on this stuff. But moving on from there, because we got something else we want to talk about. Right here, the $1,000 a month car payment is the new normal. I find this very interesting to read. So Says right here, new cars got ever so slightly more affordable this year, with more incentives being offered to get inflation-wary buyers off the sidelines. We get that, okay? There have been a trend towards long loans with $1,000 plus monthly payments that hasn't reversed post-pandemic. In fact, new data shows it's actually getting worse. Okay, worse is not good. So I got some more highlighting here. Nearly 1 in 5 shoppers spent $1,000 or more on monthly payments in Q4 of 2024. Okay, nearly 1 out of 5. That number's huge. 1 of every 5 spends over $1,000 a month on their payment. That's pretty nuts when you think about it, that it's 1 out of 5. And it says right here, according to Edmunds, let me click on here where I can get it to work. Here we go. But according to Edmunds, in Q4, the record 18.9% of consumers got a car loan that was above $1,000 a month. Remember, I can understand that for trucks, but we're talking 1 out of 5 people that bought a car, any vehicle. 1 out of 5 is paying over $1,000 a month. Some of these have to do with high interest rates, of course, which Edmund reported that just 2.4 of new vehicles were sold with a loan featuring 0% financing. Only 2.4. Used to be 0% was a very common thing, but only 2.4 in this last quarter. Some relief appears to be coming, with the average APR dropping to 6.8, down slightly from last quarter. Whip-de-doo, nothing major there. But the average new car loan is in the last quarter, in the U.S. last quarter, was 68.8 months, with an average, or with a $754 payment a month at 6.8 APR, with 43,113 financed, and a down payment of $6,800. Doing a little math, keeping everything the same, that's more than $1,000 a month for a 48-month loan at the same rate. Though you'd likely get a better interest rate for the short term. This is the way I say it's a new normal, because the market is continuing stretching payments. Remember, 84 payments are becoming the norm now. 72 was the norm 3-4 years ago. Now it's 84 is becoming the norm. Pretty soon it'll be 96-month payments. Pretty soon it's going to be like a house, or you're going to mortgage it for 15 years or for 30 years. It's just getting that out of hand with all this kind of stuff. 10-year loans are not too far down the road. They're already in the auto or the RV industry, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not sure. Every RV I bought, we paid for with cash, but I believe that you can go out 10 years on those things, which is funny because now there's a lot of campgrounds that won't even let you have you can't even use your camper there on their grounds if it's over 10 years old. So it's pretty interesting how all of this stuff correlates and comes together. But the sad part about it is that we have, and you can see a chart in here too as far as where interest rates are, or the percentage sold, what's going on. Things are changing. But the crazy part is this. 1 in 5 shoppers, they spent $1,000 or more on a monthly payment. And that includes cars and everything. That's absolutely crazy with what these numbers are doing. They are dropping though. We're seeing that. I got another video coming out about that right now. I don't think we're ever going to see the 35% MSRP drop instantly all at once like the internet seems to be talking about. But we are noticing some MSRPs literally dropping. So it's getting a little more promising in that. But I do believe this and agree with the fact that $1,000 a month payments, they're the new normal. There's no getting out of them. We're never going back to 2018, 2019, where prices were what they were then. And, you could lease a car for $250 with, $0 down or $1,000 down. Those days are over. It is what it is. The days are over. But this is pretty sad that this is what it's come to. Put your comments down below. Let me know what you're thinking. Thanks for watching.